Hello again, my loves. I am recording this on the July 10th full moon, so there's definitely some sort of energy coming in from that. I just wanted to mention that. Not that this message won't be relevant for whenever you watch this. It is a timeless message, but there is some energy coming in here from that full moon. Okay, let's get into it. I have my Citadel deck here. Just give us an overview of what this energy is tonight, Spirit. I kept on, usually when I do these videos, I'm blinking out. Okay, there's definitely some stuff going on here. When I do these videos, when I'm first setting up, I will do manual focus so that the focus just remains on the surface of this, so we don't get any of that, you know, woo-woo sort of a feeling to the video. I saw this. I also saw the cartographer, and I'm feeling like this is navigating dream space. What else do you want to tell us about that, Spirit? Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. Well, very appropriate. We have a lot of black going on in this, these three cards right now. And the moon, of course. And we have these mirroring of these two hands here. Now, I've had this card before, and I don't usually look at the words that are on here, or at least the explanation below. I let the imagery speak to me more, and maybe the bigger word. This one, what I'm getting from this is we have a choice here between the magic that we can do with this dream space. And you can either take this path where it can draw you in and tie you up and pull you down into the depths of, well, vengeance is speaking out to me right now, of vengeance, of what it is, or we can take the path of the witch, which, you know, witches, I am myself am a witch. We can hex and curse. We can also communicate and speak with deities or the spirit, you know, great spirit, the cosmos, the spirits of the land, and the spirits of each other in order to grow things and mend things. You know, witches were, for the most part, which is why sort of herbs are such a strong focal point, and we're seeing that here. Witches were healers, who could also hex, who could also be in the dark. But this is, instead of this path right here where the darkness is or the light of us is sort of being fragmented and disintegrated, is what I'm getting here from that, by trying to be vengeful. Here we have the dark, and this dark here is sacred. This dark here is not a pool, an endless, vast, fathomless bottom pit of trying to get back at the world, whatever it is, or whoever it is that has slighted you or done some great misdeed to you. Instead, you can be in this darkness and see what grows from it. That doesn't mean be a doormat in any sort of way. It just means know where your energies are going to be best suited in order to create the best environment for yourself. It is okay to do a little hexing here, but the main focus should be on the healing. Making that soil, I'm seeing the black now as soil, and you can see there are little flecks. I don't know if you can see on, just turning around in the light here. There are little flecks in the black background that's giving me soil. We can make this soil for ourselves much more fertile so that we can grow what we need to grow going forward and sustain ourselves, instead of focusing solely on something that could tie us up and bring us into that bottomless pit. Let's get some more information on this. I'm getting that this may be something that is occurring within the dream space, within the nighttime darkness, the depths that we are able to access in darkness, because the world has been, the eye is shut. The world is closed down and quiet around us. Okay, let's get some more information on this. I'm just using my Rider-Waite Tarot. Okay, I'm being told that's it for this. Here, what I'm seeing, I absolutely love the Nine of Pentacles. It's one of the cards I feel sort of represents myself. So there's a connection here to that. This is, and that's what that's telling me, is that being able to tend to the land, the soil here, despite the pain that has happened, the pain that has happened, and perhaps it has also happened in the dream space as well, in the nighttime space. However that resonates for you within your own life and your own experience, But when we are able to be, I very much do see the Nine of Pentacles as also a witch. I mean, this is somebody who knows their shit about what they are doing. They know what best fertilizes the soil in order to create such an abundant entire estate, not just a little garden plot. This is an entire estate. People don't grow grapes generally in a small amount, right? And we see off in the distance, we see this big beautiful house back here, trees far off in the distance. She's standing in the middle of her vineyard, and it is abundant. It is ready for freaking harvest. And that is done because she has known how to not only fertilize the soil, the physical soil of the world, that she's gardening within, but also she has been able to fertilize herself and keep herself balanced so that she is not burning out, so that she is not... sorry for that little moped outside. The window's open tonight. Just give me a second. I need a little sip. Okay. She's able to keep herself in balance because she is able to see, this hawk here, or this falcon, I'm assuming? This falcon here is able to get that bird's eye view and survey the whole land. This is using the tools that she has within her, the magic that she has within her, the magic that she sees that she can work with on the land that she has within her own body and herself and within her own spirit. Because, you know, that is something infinite here. We see the sky. She knows what she's doing. And if we follow this path of the witch, you know, we can be here, which is lovely. This is also setting off on new adventures as well. When we are well supported in the background, so that we don't have to worry so much about things. You know, we're not being drawn down by this. We are able to plan our next venture, get to that new land, and see the new things that we are able to get to there, you know. And like, look at all this yellow here, this bright sunny energy. Okay, I'm using my When Women Had Wings deck. The Star, yes. Leading us forward. We are, you know, I was just thinking about this again with the drink. I just had a drink. We are getting our cups filled. The thirst that we have is being satiated here. We are the star. We are part of the stars. We are star stuff. And we are the star. We have to understand that we... we have this guided path to us, and I'm seeing this as right here, not as a wing, but as a connection to our divinity, to our spirit, that can't possibly fit within these human bodies here, you know. We are guided by this star, you know, North Star. We are guided by it to be on the path that we're supposed to be on, in order to guide us to these new places, in order to allow us to be super abundant, and in a way that is reciprocal with the land, with ourselves, with other people, the workers who work with us here, you know. However it fits, you know, what is going on with your life and in your life, that's what it is here. Can you tell us more about this sleeper here? Spirit, Knight of Cups. Messages. Messages in sleep. Messages in dreams. I'm getting the sense here that if we... if we allowed it, our entire... So, okay, our dream space can be such a wonderful space to be within. Like, I love dreaming. I remember most of my dreams. Yeah, some weird stuff happens in it sometimes, but like, for the most part, it is adventure for me. It is experiencing different sorts of relationships and things like that, meeting new people, and sometimes getting messages in my dreams. There's messages coming if we allow them to come through, if we are not so focused here on what could bring us down deeper into the fear spaces of our subconscious, the fear spaces, the holding on to grudges, the not understanding that, yes, we can remember that we have been hurt by people, and we can change our behavior around them in order to keep ourselves safe and in order to keep others safe. But if we remain in that space constantly of ruminating on these things, we can get lost. We can, again, be sunk down into that bottomless pit. We are not there yet, you know, if we are in this space of being begrudged, you know. We are not tied up yet so that we are sinking, but it could happen. But instead, we can work together with this Knight of Cups. This could also be, I am seeing a lover here. You know, we have these hands here, these hands that are delicately holding, you know, if we take the path of the witch, these hands that are delicately holding on to, is this wheat or lavender? It's pretty long to be lavender. It might be wheat. Something. Something here. It looks like catkins, actually. Like, is that willow tree or... Anyway, delicately holding, but these also look like they could be two hands reaching for each other, right? We can choose to reach out. We can choose to reach out in our dreams here. This could be a dream lover, to be honest. This could be a spirit lover coming in. Could you tell us more about that spirit of this, who this could be? Wee. Okay, I'm getting both of these cards. Knight of Pentacles, hello again. And these cards want to fall over. But the Three of Pentacles as well. This is, this is a really interesting message here. I think whoever this is, whoever this Knight of Cups is, who's possibly, you are either going to see them in a dream first, or they are some sort of spirit person, possibly a lover, you know, with the cups here. But they're coming into your life to help exchange knowledge, exchange, to teach each other, you know. I'm really thinking of the way that, like apprenticeships, that sort of thing. There's something that can be learned here. It could also be through the sweet love, right? The sweetness that is there. If we come at it through a space of a witch who works with, right? They don't work against. Beautiful. Yes. Again, this brings us to, this allows us to unfurl. We get these butterfly wings here. Allows us to unfurl and come out of the cocoon and open ourselves up even more. You know, we're getting a lot of the pentacles here. Taking care of this, our spiritual self, allows us to be able, getting the message from the other days, Wednesdays, reading that I did, where the altar of our lives is the physical things that we are able to provide for us and provide for those we love in our community around us. And that when everybody does that, everybody takes care of themselves and each other in a way that everybody is abundant in the physical realm, you know, like we all have enough to eat, we all have a lovely, and I don't mean like a shithole, okay, a lovely place to live where we can do what we need to do with our lives and ourselves, and we can rest and be happy and laugh there. When we're not constantly worried about where our next paycheck is, we then build an altar out of that physicalness, and we allow spirit to be to come through on that altar, for our spirit to connect with our greater spirit, but also the spirits who come in, who want to teach us, who want to be connected to us in whatever way it is. And again, like, I am getting lover vibes, you know, from this spirit, whoever it may be for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lover, but there is that, you know. Love is such, you know, it is the greatest thing that we do. It is the absolute greatest thing that we do. And so to love a spirit, you know, who is part of greater spirit, just as we are, is to love ourselves, is to love our spirituality, is to love our faith in the cosmos, in ourselves, our greater spirit selves. And it is something that works with instead of fighting against, you know. Yeah. All right. Any last messages here, Spirit? Which deck should we use? We want the B deck. Okay. And this is the B Tarot. What are our last messages here for this full moon message? Oh, hello, hello, hello. Okay, we had the Princess of Swords last night. Oh my god, people drive way too fast on this road. It's only a 50. We had her last night, and what I got from her is the frazzledness of and what I am seeing now also is the frazzledness of too much information coming in. You know, she's the Princess of Swords. She's the Princess of Air, of communication. And here's the altar again. Oh, I can't believe I didn't even see that until now. This is the altar that sprung that whole message the other day about having our physical realm be well taken care of, because we are in good community with each other and we understand the interwovenness of community, and making sure that everybody is very abundant, making sure that everybody has exactly what they need. We are able to build this altar in order to connect with the greater spirit, with the greater things that we have come here to do on this planet as humans on Earth, to make Earth better. I mean, Earth herself, she's wonderful. I'm sure she's pretty pissed off at a lot of the shit that's going on right now, but Earth herself is wonderful. But the things that we come here to do, the things that our spirits have chosen to come here to do in these lives as humans. So we build our altar out of making sure that our daily lives are very well kept and abundant, so that we have the space to bring in, you know, the sword of truth here, the energy from spirit, the messages from spirit, the purpose that we have come here to fulfill from spirit, and are able to use that properly, while also understanding where we need to make the cuts of some of the information that is coming into us. You know, social media is a wonderful thing. It's here to stay, but it is a double-edged sword. It is something that is made to be addictive. It is something that is made to make you pissed off at things that are, well, at this point, likely not even true, and also allow you to ignore things that are like really horridly wrong in the world, right? But if we can cut away some of that chaff, we are able to understand that, you know, she's very well taken care of here. The bees here are very well taken care of here with all these flowers and stuff. This is an abundant place. The cherries or apples, I'm assuming these are cherries actually, could be apple. But these trees in the back will be very fruitful. Look how large they are. They've had time to grow. So if we understand that our daily lives are safe and secure because we've created these connections with people, then we are able to connect into that higher goal. And honestly, the higher goal is, it is the tower. We are here right now. We have all decided to come here and live in this time right now. You and me both, my loves, you know, to bring down the old that is no longer working for everybody. Bring down this awful paradigm that we've all been forced to live in and understand that, wait a second, actually, we can be this witchy Nine of Pentacles here. We can be so abundant. We can take care of everybody that we care about. You know, like, take care of your local communities and stuff like that. But, like, the people within those local communities also have their own communities as well. So it becomes a bunch of different Venn diagrams. I'm seeing right now a bunch of droplets in an ocean around each other, and the circles of those droplets come out, the little ripples come out, and they intersect with each other, right? That's the way we are. We are built to be interwoven with each other, not just as humans, but as animals on this planet. You know, everything is interconnected. Everything is a ecosystem. We are all like there's the ecosystem of the earth, and the earth herself has many, like, you know, probably millions of little biomes, very small biomes and even large biomes and stuff like that. So we are meant to do that. The people in the tower are going to be falling, and that means, you know, that is an uncomfortable thing for all of us. It's going to be uncomfortable for all of us. But we can take heart in the fact that we know on this new venture that we're going on that has been guided by spirit, and with the ability, you know, to be connected with spirit and the spirits who would like to work with us, you know, and our own selves being very able to see the big picture here. We're the ones who are going to be able to help usher people who might not be at this stage, you know, into the new future, into the new place that we are all striving to get to, because the place that we're at right now is pretty awful. I just want one more card. What comes once we get through this tower moment, Spirit? Death. Yes, death of the old way. You know, the death that will feed. Oh, this is hilarious. The death that will feed and fertilize the new earth. I wrote a song. I still haven't told anybody who I am. I do have I do put out music into the world, so it is out there. I wrote a, what did I call that? A spell song, back in, I think I released it in March because of Mars, you know? But it was a spell song. It was basically a hex the patriarchy, hex the oligarchy, stuff. And one of the lines in it is talking about making their bodies into the fertilizer that allows our future to be abundant. So I think this is a pretty good and powerful message for a full moon. This thing that is coming to fruition here, you know, on a full moon. The time is coming. The time is coming. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.